Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 210 of Bill Man the Sport Guys podcast. I'm your host, Bill Man the Sports Guy. For the latest news of the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and college sports, this is the podcast to be. So, we got a couple huge moves to talk about. And one I'm going to take my lengthy time on because breaking news, the Boston Red Sox traded Rafael Devers to the San Francisco Giants. In exchange, the Red Sox, in return, they get left-handed pitcher Kyle Harrison, right-handed pitcher Jordan Wicks, or Jordan Hicks, not Jordan Wicks. It's Jordan Hicks. I apologize. And minor league outfielders James Tibbs III and minor league right-handed pitcher Jose Bello. And the Red Sox did send Harrison to Westchester. I cannot believe the Red Sox did this. Let's not forget, after 2019, they traded Mookie Betts to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Last year, they traded Chris Sale to the Atlanta Braves. And now, let's also not forget, in the offseason, they picked up Garrett Crochet from the Chicago White Sox. And now they trade probably their best hitter on the team in Rafael Devers. And the Giants, I really feel like the Giants just got Devers for free. Like, wow, wow, wow. Blockbuster came out of nowhere. I'm not going to comment too much on Bello and Tibbs because I don't know too much about those guys, so I'm not going to talk about them that much. Other than I don't know what their expectation is going to be for the Red Sox. But Kyle Harrison, sure he'll be a fine pitcher, I guess. Um, Even though he just got sent down, we'll see what he's going to be for the Red Sox. Now, Jordan Hicks, obviously not having a really good year. He is 1-5 with an ERA of 6.47. Could the Red Sox fix him up? Maybe, but I don't know if he really moves the needle for the bullpen because the Red Sox overall as a team, you know, while they did win today 2-0 against the New York Yankees, but let's not forget they're 37 and 36. They're 6.5 back from first place. They're only 2 games behind the Blue Jays for third place. And they're 3 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays for second place because the AL East basically looks like the Yankees to it's basically Yankees. I mean, the Yankees are 42 and 38. But you know what Devers traded? I don't understand what the Boston Red Sox are thinking. They didn't even prior to talk to teams about trading him, but honestly, the relationship between Devers and Boston Red Sox was basically not a good marriage whatsoever. With obviously Devers, kind of feeling frustrated from the communication from Alex Cora and all the upper management in the Boston Red Sox organization. So, while in some cases I could see why, but man, I don't know what it's going to be because Jared Duran's out for the year. Roman Anthony's struggling. Marcelo Meyer, fine. Garrett Crochet looks like he'll be the big piece. Excuse me, but I feel bad for him that he wanted to go to a contending team, and now that the Red Sox are basically wild card or bust. Trevor Story struggling, Aroldis Chapman, Walker Buehler. We'll expect those two to be gone. Hunter Dobbins, I don't know what's the limit going to be for him. Sende Rafaela, another third baseman. What's it going to be? Tenure wise, Lucas Giolito, former White Sox pitcher, kind of struggling. But Rafael Devers, The fact that Boston traded him, I mean, the Giants, if you're a San Francisco Giants fan, give yourselves a pat in the back because not only you added a left-handed power monster of a bat in Rafael Devers, but you also basically got him for free. And Devers is not even in 3 seasons into his 10-year $1 million contract. I just don't understand the just the wildness either. Now, the San Francisco Giants, if we were to look at where they stand in the standings, the Giants at the time of this recording are 41 and 31. Let's not forget, they're 2 games behind the Dodgers. And even if we look at part of their roster with Jung Ho Lee, Willie Adames, Mike Yastrzemski, Wilmer Flores, Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Kyle Harris. Oh, no, not Kyle Harrison. Sorry, he just got traded. Dominic Smith at first base. I mean, just wow, wow. And adding Rafael Devers, I truly think if the Giants go on a hot streak, and yes, they're 10 games above 500, but if they could keep this up and actually, contend for possibly first place in the division, I truly think they could possibly give the Los Angeles Dodgers a bit of run for their money. So, San Francisco Giants, give yourselves a pat in the back. You basically got Rafael Devers for free, and he'll be on your team for the next 7 years. So, San Francisco's going to see winning baseball again. And just 3 seasons in, I still can't believe it. Now, Rafael Devers this season, he'll be a bigger help. Rafael Devers this season is hitting 18 doubles, no triples, 15 home runs, 58 RBIs. Funny enough, oh no, actually not funny enough, but he's also at 56 walks. He's hitting 272 with a 401 on base percentage, 504 slugging, 905 OPS. And by the way, he also has a stolen base to go to it. So Devers with the Giants is going to be so fun to watch San Francisco Giants baseball again. And he's only 28 years old. So even if he DHs or plays or splits a little time at third base with Matt Chapman, it's going to be fun watching San Francisco Giants baseball again. So really, the Giants won this trade. It's not even close. The Red Sox were basically like, hey, Rafael Devers. But then the Giants were like, oh, Rafael Devers? And the Red Sox were like, do you want him? The Giants were like, sure, here you go. And Giants are like, oh, we'll give you a blockbuster piece. Sight. Take this guy, take that guy. Thank you very much. You have a good day. Bam. I still can't believe it. All right. Now, the next team we're going to talk about is the Chicago Bulls, my favorite NBA team. Now, nothing has officially came out, but reports are that Billy Donovan and the Chicago Bulls are in the process of a contract extension. I don't really know how to feel about this. If it's a 2-3 year contract, then sure, I guess. But Billy Donovan just isn't the Billy Donovan that he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The days with Russell Westbrook, even when James Harden was with them, even when they had Kevin Durant, Taj Gibson at one point. There's just nothing. The Bulls, okay, I'm going to say this. I'm also a part-time writer for the College DuPage Career News, and I've actually written a story about the Chicago Bulls. So, how I always say, let me know your thoughts and opinions on Twitter at Billman Sports, Instagram at Billman Sports Guy, here on YouTube at Billman Sports Guy, which please do. Also, check out my stories that I've written for the Career newspaper because the Chicago Bulls, at this point, I'm just frustrated as a fan. the last 3 seasons, the Chicago Bulls truly feel like a team to where they're like, oh, we might rebuild. Oh, wait a minute, we're by the playoffs. Woohoo! Playoffs we go. This team just cannot, they just can't even make up their mind. And it's really starting to frustrate me horribly bad as a Bulls fan. And even with the reports that the Bulls are basically shipping anybody but Josh Giddey and Mateus Berzelis. I apologize if I said butchered it wrong. Billy Donovan, he's just been a mid coach ever since becoming head coach of the Chicago Bulls. At one point, looked good in the 21-22 season, but after that, just completely mid. And I just wish the Bulls could just make up their minds. And I honestly mean this. Make up your mind. Just because you want to get a prospect doesn't mean you're gonna retool. Like if you're basically a recipe for mediocre, which us Bulls fans, we're tired of it. We haven't seen a championship since 1998, which wasn't even there yet. We've seen good teams in the 2010s, never won a championship. The 2021-2022 season, I truly thought we would see a Bulls NBA championship with Alex Caruso, Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine. Nikola Vucevic was finally having a season. I really thought we had the chance, but nope. Lost to the Bucks in 5. And then 2022. No, not 22. I'm sorry. 2023, 24, 25. We lost to the Miami Heat. Do I think Billy Donovan deserves an extension? Eh. I mean, if he was their best coaching option, then I guess. I hope it's a 2-3 year deal. If it's a 5+, then the Bulls are just stuck in mediocre. I'm just frustrated at this point. I don't even see the point of extending uh, Billy Donovan. I really don't. So that's really my thoughts on the Billy Donovan contract extension and the Rafael Devers getting traded. Anyway, playoff series update. The Oklahoma City Thunder and Indiana Pacers are tied at 2 games apiece with game 5 tomorrow night. And the Stanley Cup Finals and the Florida Panthers are up 3-2 in 5 games. Game 6 will be Tuesday night between the two teams. Go Oilers and go Thunder. All right. Oh, another trade we got to talk about in the NHL. Chris Krider got traded to the Anaheim Ducks. He was traded for a mid-round pick in exchange for Corey Torrance and a mid-round pick. So draft picks are draft picks. And I believe the Rangers are getting their draft pick back, from when they traded Jacob Trouba to the Anaheim Ducks. So Chris Kreider, good goal scorer, scored a career high 52 goals back in the 2021-22 season. But this past season, he only had 30 points. So while it kind of felt bittersweet for Ranger fans because Chris Kreider's been there for 13 years and it was just time for the two of them to move on. But I think Chris Kreider's going to truly helpfully help Anaheim's top 6 scoring with Mason McTavish, Trevor Zegras, Troy Terry. So the Ducks get more scoring depth, which, I mean, everybody needs scoring depth. But for the Ducks, this is a good move. And for the Rangers, it tells me that they're going to go in a bit of a retool. So I'd be curious to see what other moves they make in the offseason. And could they potentially fight for a wild card? We'll see. That's really my thoughts. And then there were 3 facts for the day. Oh, let's talk about one more baseball thing actually before we do the facts. So, Major League Baseball umpires. I want to know your thoughts. When are major league umpires going to stop realizing that the game does not involve them? People come to watch star players. Aaron Judge, he's a star player. Pete Crow Armstrong, he's becoming a star player. Shane Smith, starting to become a star pitcher. Pete Alonso, star player. Shohei Ohtani, superstar player. Mike Trout, solid player. My point is, when fans go to baseball games, they watch the players. They pay their hard-earned money for the players, not for the umpires. Couple recent, Carlos Correa got ejected in a game against the Seattle Mariners from the on-deck circle. And earlier today, Will Venable, the Chicago White Sox, was ejected about a pitch argument. And Craig Counsell and Nico Horner, the Chicago Cubs, were both ejected for a terrible call. And Nico basically saying you're having a bad day. And Craig Counsell, rightfully so, being irritated at the umpire. And my problem with umpires is guys like Laz Diaz, Marvin Hudson, Ron Coppola, Jordan Baker. The problem is they have egos like as if they just want to instigate a fight, which that should not happen. So let me know your thoughts on if Major League Baseball umpires should, like, when are they going to finally be held accountable? I don't know. Anyway, couple few facts I want to give about in today's episode. The Colorado Rockies have 12 wins. However, they have more triples in 19, which is insane. In 2000, there were 53 Major League Baseball players with at least 100 RBIs. In 2024, there were only 16 players, which is madly insane. Now, Steph Curry, actually, the Golden State Warriors value is $9.4 billion, which is $0.3 billion less than 8 NHL teams' current value combined. If you combine the value of the Utah Mammoth, the San Jose Sharks, the Carolina Hurricanes, Florida Panthers, Columbus Blue Jackets, Winnipeg Jets, Buffalo Sabres, and the Ottawa Senators. Those 8 teams combined, $9.7 billion, which is really, really wild. The NL West division is 9 games under 500, and 4 out of the 5 teams are at or above 500, which is crazy. Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin are the current players with the most active points, most playoff points among current active NHL players. Sidney Crosby with 201, Evgeny Malkin with 180, Nikita Kucherov with 171, Brad Marchand, currently the number says 156, but I think he might be at 158 now. I know he's close to 160 career playoff points. Connor McDavid with 148, I think now 149. Alex Ovechkin, 147. Corey Perry, 140, maybe 141 if you count his goal from game 5. Patrick Kane with 138, Leon Draisaitl with 137, and Nathan McKinnon with 125, which is madly insane. Also, question I got. Actually, no. So, there are only 2 teams in the NHL that have no player with Stanley Cup final points. And that is the Utah Mammoth and the Winnipeg Jets and the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Minnesota Wild. The least amount of points, Mike Fisher with only 4 from when he was with the Nashville Predators. And then the most, you may ask, Mike Bossy with 34. So I just wanted to get those stats out because I thought that was pretty neat. Anyway, that concludes today's episode of Bill Man the Sport Guys podcast of episode number 210. I'm your host, Bill Man the Sports Guy. And always remember, for the latest news of the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and college sports, this is the podcast to be. And also, make sure you check out my stories at the career newspaper website. And also, check out my awesome colleagues' stories that they've also written. Anyway, and you can always let me know your thoughts and opinions on these sport topics on Twitter. I know it's called X, but we're going to call it Twitter, at Billman Sports, Instagram at Billman Sports Guy, and here on YouTube at Billman Sports Guy. I hope everybody has a fantastic week. Stay tuned for episode number 211. Peace.